Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him out. He's here. Ray Stevens. Come out, Ray. Raymond, I want to first of all thank you for helping this project to succeed today. We met at Ray's office on any number of occasions to plan what we were going to do, and I appreciate your help.
Well, I didn't do much. Buddy Cal's the guy that...
Well, you're getting ahead of me here. Is Buddy in the room? Buddy Cab.
He's over there backstage.
Buddy,
just
can
off
you come
stage.
out here? Buddy is the hardest working son of a gun I've ever met, and he's Ray's assistant in life. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Buddy, I want to thank you. Certainly, without your help, we couldn't have made it.
Well, you're very gracious.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's true. That's true.
While I'm into that, from my house, my wife has been on the phone, on the computer, directing traffic, telling people where to go, how to get there. And is she in the room? I thought she was in the room. She's in the green room. Well, perhaps you'll meet her later. Anyway, Mr. Stevens, we were here, I'm not sure, what, last June, July, August?
When
did your book come out?
It was, I don't know, came out just a while back, you know.
Well, it's still for sale.
Oh, it's relatively new.
Well, we came here
Yes.
and did a show for the Nashville Library
Right.
to promote the book. And when it was all over, I said, thank you very much, I had a good time. And folks here said, well, we want you to come back. And I said, why? And they said, we want to salute Nashville Now. So here again, you figured in the planning of this show.
Well,
You started this.
I was honored to be a small part. Thank you.
You want to make an announcement about what you're doing here in Nashville and how you're going to change some of the entertainment climate?
Well, I don't know if it'll make any changes, but are you talking about the cabaret?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I just bought some property, real close to town, but far enough out that people can park without having to pay anything. I think the cheapest parking down in this area is like $10, and that's for 10 minutes, you know. But we're going to have plenty of parking, and it's going to be a cabaret, spelled C-A-B-A-R-A-Y. And it's going to be a performance venue, naturally, and we're going to book artists in there that people want to see, like Con Hunley, hopefully, if he'll come and work with us. And I'm going to, of course, work there and perform there. And we're going to have a lot of music and a lot of fun, hopefully, at that location. It's a vacant lot right now, so it'll be at least a year before we're in business. But
So the ETA would be sometime in 2016?
2016, summer of 2016, hopefully.
You already have a plan
Oh yeah,
with an architect?
I'm working with an architect right now. I drew up a little sketch of what I sort of wanted, and I gave it to him, and he's putting in all the stuff that you have to have, such as, you know, handicap access and fire code things and things like that. So
You're going back on the road, aren't you?
yeah, I just made a new album of comedy songs, and I figured it would be only fair to the record company to go out and promote it, you know. So I've been off the road 2 years, and I just signed with an agent, and we're starting to book shows out across the country. So
When do you start?
the first show will be June the 12th, and we're working in North Carolina, and then the 13th we're working at a casino in Gulfport, Mississippi, Island View Casino, and there are a lot of casinos now in the country, and I've worked a lot of them in the past, so I'm looking forward to making that the casino location part of my touring schedule.
Well, there's one other thing I want to promote. You have recently put together a pilot for a television sequence.
Yeah, we were talking, and Buddy said, what Nashville should have now is a show about Nashville, a music talk show, since Nashville Now is no longer here. And so we put together a show, and it's hold up the book again there, Ralph, because
Hold up what?
The book. We may call the show Ray Stevens Nashville, and we built a set and shot the pilot, and we're going to try to sell it in the coming weeks. But like I say, it's a music talk show, and we've got segments of the show such as songwriter segment, Nashville Cat segment. Now, Nashville Cat is a studio musician, and there's just a select group of folks that have played enough sessions over the years to become a Nashville Cat. It's really an honor to be a Nashville Cat, and they're the greatest musicians in the world. And our first Nashville Cat was Charlie McCoy on the show. He's played more harmonica than anybody living. But he was the first Nashville Cat. We have other segments. We have the old guy segment. Got a lot of fodder for that one. Bobby Bear was kind enough to come and do that, and he's still too young, but he said he'd do it. So. But it was a lot of fun, and we have a live band, and it turned out really well. I think we're still in post-production right now.
On today's show, people have toyed with their names, and they are not as advertised. Harold Ray Ragsdale, does he still exist?
Yeah, sure, with the IRS. Do you know who else is named Harold Ray?
No.
Harold Ray Bradley.
Oh, I didn't know.
Harold Bradley. Every time I see him, I say, "Hi, Harold Ray," and he says, "Hi, Harold Ray." So
I didn't know that.
he's a great guitar player. Most of you folks probably know that.
I think he claims to have played on more sessions than anyone.
Any other guitar player in the world, yeah.
That's pretty heavy claim.
Needless to say, he is a Nashville Cat.
So how do you qualify to become a Nashville Cat?
They select you. I mean, there's a committee somewhere with the Hall of Fame folks here, Country Music Hall of Fame, and they started this category, the Nashville Cats, and they select you, and there's an induction ceremony, and it's quite an honor.
When you were here last year, I asked you about your birthday, which is January the 24th, right?
Yes. When
was Harold Ray Ragsdale named Ray Stevens?
I think it was in '57. I was living in Atlanta. I came up to make a record, and it was with Capitol. I was 17, and Ken Nelson was the producer, and he didn't like my name. And so he says, "I don't like Ragsdale." I said, "Well, you're going to make my mama mad if you change my name." And he said, "Well, what was your mother's maiden name?" I said, "Stevens." He said, "That's a good name, Ray Stevens." I said, "Yeah, but you're going to make my dad mad." He said, "Well, we can't make everybody happy. Do you want to make a record or not?" And I said, "Yes, sir. You can call me anything you want to." And so that's how my name got changed.
Now, I also asked you a question. I'm not sure you ever answered it. And that was, do you have two birthdays? One for Harold Ray Ragsdale and one for Ray Stevens?
No, not yet, but you've just given me a great idea. I'll get 2 cakes a year. That'd be great. Yeah.
Ray, I appreciate you. Ray belongs to the Breakfast Club, which I also am proud to belong to. And there are about, 8 of us?
Well, it's kind of dwindled down to 8. You know, a lot of us have passed on, but we used to fill up a table with spilling out into the surrounding tables at the place we eat breakfast every Saturday morning. But now we just take up one big round table, and we've lost a lot of a lot of the members. Goober was one, and Do Right Sullivan was one, and so many good friends that are not with us anymore. But we keep adding new guys when the chance arises.
I think one of our new guys is in the audience.
Bergen?
Yes.
Bergasm, are you in the audience? Yes, he is.
Where are you, Bergen?
Bergen White. Stand up, Bergen. There he is. And Bergen is a great musician, great arranger. He arranges sessions for everybody, Garth Brooks and the whole 9 yards. And sitting next to him, I just noticed another relatively new addition to the Breakfast Club, Don Cusick.
Where are you, Don?
He's a professor at Belmont. And he helped me put this book together, too, and as well as Buddy Calb also helping putting the book together.
He also wrote one of the songs in your new album.
He wrote a song. I got to quote this song.
Okay.
He wrote a song called There Must Be a Pill for That. Don Cusick did. And it starts out.
You want to tell him the inspiration?
Well, I think the inspiration might become evident.
Oh, okay.
Let me give you the first lyric. I was sitting in a bathtub in the middle of the woods when I looked over to see a beautiful woman in another bathtub sitting right next to me. As our hands reached out and our fingers met, I said to myself, hey, self, I bet here's something you don't want to miss, and there must be a pill for this. What a love song. What a ballad. Boy, I'm telling you.
Ramon, it's good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
I
Good to
want
be
you,
here.
I want you to stay with us out here and just move over. You guys just move over
All right.
and stay with me on the stage. Where are we going now?
By the way, I want to say one thing, Ralph.
Okay.
While you're figuring out where you're going. I just want to give you one word that popped into my head last night. You are Music City's media anchorman. Anchorman. So I tossed that out, and you can.
Is there a joke coming with that?
No, there's not a joke. I just think it's very descriptive of who we're talking to here. This guy has anchored more media music shows than anybody alive in Nashville.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.